Hi everyone! So today we are going to be making the finger paint recipe from marthastewart.com. We sent you this link in one of our daily activities and we figured we would show you how to do it just in case you're a little nervous. My husband is going to be helping me here, so you'll see his hand as we go over the items that are needed for this recipe. The first thing you need is the ingredients for the paint itself. One of them is white sugar. Then you need cornstarch, 2 cups of cold water, which I have here in this jar, some food coloring to make your desired colors after, and then the tools for making it. You're going to need a standard saucepan. Oops. And since my saucepan is ceramic, I'm going to be using a silicone whisk for mixing it to make sure I incorporate all the ingredients well, but do not scratch my pan. And then you will need some covered containers afterwards to hold the paint and to separate it in order to mix the colors. So we're going to measure out our ingredients and come right back. All right, so we're back. I have measured out 1/4 cup or 4 tablespoons of white sugar and 1/2 cup of cornstarch. And now we are going to mix those together in our saucepan. The heat is not on right now, so in goes the 1/4 cup of sugar and the 1/2 cup of cornstarch. Okay, now we're just going to mix those together so that they are fully incorporated before we add the water. And that's looking pretty good. So now we're going to add 2 cups of cold water. And we're going to start to mix that up, and then we'll turn on the heat. Medium-low heat. So we're going to let that heat up, and we're going to keep stirring it until it starts to get reasonably thick. It will continue to thicken after you've removed the heat and it cools down. So you're going to want to keep an eye on that and get it to a consistency that you think is pretty good. So we will come back as soon as our mixture has started to tighten up. All right, everyone, we are back. I hope this comes out well. I screwed up the video recording, so I'm going to try to splice together 2 parts. But you can see we're going to pull it off the heat right now because it has gotten pretty thick. And it should continue to thicken just a little bit as we let it sit. So that's kind of what it should look like, you know, a drippy, glossy paint. So we are going to let that cool off a little bit, and then we're going to add our food coloring once we separate it into the containers. So we'll check back in with you when we're ready to mix the colors. All right, everyone, our paint has been separated into the containers and we're ready for the color. I've already done the blue just to test it out to see how it looks and how much food coloring we need. And I think that's a really pretty color. So now we're going to do our other 3 colors. This recipe says that you can separate it into 4 containers, and it looks like 4 containers makes a decent amount of paint per color. So after testing it out, you need about a dime-sized amount, maybe a tiny bit less. You can't tell from this angle, but that's kind of a high little pile of gel food coloring. You can use regular food coloring as well. It does not have to be gel. Gel is just what the store happened to have when we went shopping.
I definitely recommend using a knife to stir.
You can use a knife or a popsicle stick. I just don't recommend using a Q-tip, which is what I tried first. But it made it very difficult to stir because it is such a small surface area. So that is the yellow.
Oh, yeah. Here, look at it more. Sorry.
That's a really pretty yellow. All right, so we are going to mix up our green next.
Ooh, that's sticky.
And I just want everyone to be aware that because we are using cornstarch and sugar and food coloring, this is technically edible. So if your child happens to get it on their face or stick their fingers in their mouth while using it, it is perfectly okay. It won't hurt them. It is probably not the best tasting stuff in the world, but it is absolutely fine if they ingest it. And my lovely 4-year-old Morgan will be testing out all of this finger paint after it has had a chance to cool completely, because I do not want her to burn herself. What's your favorite color, Morgan?
Green! My favorite color is green.
Awesome. Alright, so the green's looking pretty good?
Yep. Stop!
Alright, just trying to scrape the sides for you.
If you cannot tell, almost my entire family has decided to join us for the rest of this project. That looks fantastic.
Yep, it looks fantastic. Now we're off to the white, I think.
All right, so we're just going to mix up our last color here, the red. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Wow. All right. Let's just get them all side by side over here, and you can take a look and see those bright, beautiful colors. Nice glossy shine. And we're going to test them out in just a little bit after they've had a chance to cool. All right, everyone, we are back. Our paint has cooled down now, and my daughter Morgan is going to make some art with it. What do you think, Monkey?
Good. I think I'm almost done.
Spread it out a little. So the paint has a kind of gel-like consistency, which is typical of a lot of finger paints. You can usually see through them when you spread them a bit. We accidentally overcooked ours just a little bit, so it thickened up just a little more than I liked. And we noticed that after it had finished cooling down. So if it does that, you just want to add just a tiny bit of warm water at a time and mix it up until it reaches a consistency that you do like. So don't worry if you overcook it. You can save it afterwards. Are you going to try another color, Morgan?
I think that's the point. Mom, can I wash my hands after?
Of course you can.
Thank you.
All right, so that's it, friends. I don't think you need that much, Morgan. So once again, this recipe came from marthastewart.com. I will include the recipe and a link to the website in the video description. And I hope you enjoyed this video and have fun making your own paint at home. Bye!